Alright, so I had to take a step back from the radiator today. I got one ordered up. So right now what we're doing is working on the skid plate. I just took the skid plate, put it back up, drilled new holes, because remember we put new mounting tabs up here. So what I got here today is these little clips. These are 3/8 for a bolt to go through. And instead of using like a nut to go on the top of this and then a bolt to the bottom, you put these guys on here, and then when you just put the bolt to the bottom, it'll screw itself into this threaded insert. So these are from Amazon, and I believe these are a factory GM auto part. And then what I'll do is, after the thing's in there, sometimes they're not exactly lined up. So I'll use a little pick like this and even them up so that way they go in. And then another good thing to do is put anti-seize on the inside of these so that way your bolts come back out. So again, I really want to show you guys, these are those brackets that I made up on the plasma, and these are a lot thicker. But these little wings right here should really help these from just trying to bend right up. So what we got here is some brand new limit straps from Trail Gear. And as there's nothing wrong with the current limit straps, still going to install some fresh ones anyways. And the plan is actually to never done this before, but I want to double them up. You know, I mean, that's a lot of action right there. So that's what we're going to be trying to do here. So I don't know if this hardware is even going to work, but let's find out. Curious to see about the stretch factor on, there's a little bit, but really they're like right about the same. You know, looking at these things side by side and everything on the lengths. It's actually pretty cool to see. Ooh, dude. Just kind of looking like everything's gonna line right up, so. Red Loctite. Just a second, I got a parts delivery.
Anything I can do?
No, I can.
Don't see.
Those springs are gnarly, dude. I hope I don't have to take this goddamn.
Shaft's gotta come out. I don't think we're gonna have enough room.
Oh, there's plenty of room. We gotta get the shaft out of it. Leaving the shaft in the hub might have to come off. I'm really hoping I could just cheat these out of here
Right.
and not have to worry about that.
You positive on that?
What?
That shaft has to come out to do those parking brake shoes?
This is 13.
Well, on the top of the shoe, they got a double spring, so a spring on each side of the shoe. They got a single spring on the bottom, but the bends on these springs are nasty. Yeah, 13. I'm gonna try to do it without.
Alright, let's go a little tighter on these.
So those got to raise up.
Alright, now I got them all pulled into plane, so they're parallel with the shock.
I typically Ford is trying to load that.
Let's check it out. So there we are, trail gear. We got so that's 12 plies basically, and then we're doubled up all the way up and down. So, and then the way I got it set is no matter which way you're looking at everything, you got the trail gear logo right on both sides. So we're gonna get over there and handle this other side. All right, check these new bad boys out. So the old ones are removed right here, and then Anthony came in last night and early this morning, installed these for me, both of them. So now I just got to wipe them a little bit, but everything looks good. I mean, the splines look good, the surfaces where the seals are riding look flawless, and again right there you just barely even see the witness marks on there. But these shafts look incredibly good. Anthony also took the hubs off. There's the Spider Tracks hubs on the ground right there. And then he got my diff cracked for me last night. And then he said when the oil came out there, it looked like it came out of the bottle like brand new. So that's pretty cool to see, you know. I think 2 full race seasons on this, and I have never pulled this front end apart since I put it together. So this is a 10-inch right here from Gearworks, and then you know, it's got the billet yoke upgrade on there and everything from Strange. It's a really nice piece. So if I remember right, this thing was super heavy to get on out of there. So I hope you guys can see what I'm trying to do here. I'm gonna get some rags because this thing, when it pulls out, there's gonna be a lot of stuff, and when I set it down, I want it to be on a clean surface. A whole bag this ought to do. Yeah, so I want to get this out of here without hurting myself because this thing is heavy. And then other good news of the day is the Champion radiator that I paid to overnight. It's actually in town this morning as we speak. I checked on the FedEx tracker, so that'll be here. And then later today, we got to modify that radiator, and then we'll go over that later. Let's see here, man. Probably should move this a little out. Wait. Oh yeah, the baby's coming right on out. That's good. Oh yeah, come to me. Ugh. Holy cow. Let's take a look inside this thing. Let's see what we see. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, so there's a little like lump in the housing there. That's kind of weird because I have AR 400 plate that I welded underneath the bottom of this thing. Oh yeah, you can see there is a little impact mark right there. But yeah, I made a whole skeleton of all the way up the front, under here. That's a nice piece, and yeah, there's a little bit of sand and crap there, but that's expected. But those look pretty good. Let's see if we feel for anything spooky. Yeah, I don't feel anything bad. But yeah, that's, I mean, that's supposed to be, you know, brand new gears that have never changed the oil on. That's seeing some metallic, that's not abnormal, but I don't feel any chunks at all. So that's good. Yeah, there's nothing in these pockets. Yeah, so that's really good. So yeah, this Spider Trax housing seems pretty damn good. Yeah, but there's just little, yeah, just a little etch-a-sketch, and then we'll come look at this in a minute next. Let me get this off for a minute. Alright, so I'm back. So what we need to do is get the rest of this silicone off of this housing. Clean all that up, so I won't bore you to death on that. We'll get back to that. Let's get over and look at this third member. Yeah, looking at it, this thing looks like brand new. Yeah, this thing looks brand new. And then this is a 40 spline spool in the front. And you can even see too a little bit where the fucking load bolt was getting into that, so I gotta investigate a little bit into that because I don't know much about load bolts. I know what they do, but I need to make sure I don't have that, you know, something loose, or I don't know, I'll figure it out. Alright, so what we have here, this is from Lube Locker. There's the part number, it says Ford 9-inch, but we have this 10-inch Gearworks. So what I want to show you is we have to trim this to fit. And then here, up on the back side, you can see where I have paint marked it. And then also right down here too. So I'm hoping that that transmuted the paint, right? Yeah, we got a spot here and a spot here, so got to trim that off. So I don't know if we'll be able to scissor it or what the deal is, but we're gonna go and do that. You know, sometimes trying new products, it just always seems sketchy. awkward to pick this thing up, man. It's in. Yeah, this is one of those reasons why, again, I didn't buy an ARB to put in the front of this thing. That thing would have been so heavy to shove in there. Ooh. So I know I'm getting sidetracked here, but my Black Rifle coffee. This is the Freedom Fuel. This is my favorite flavor these guys make, and I haven't found it in any local stores, so I had to get on internet to buy it again. Really happy to have it. I got this so I could take it down to King of the Hammers, and now this is exactly here what's going to make the Hammers a good race. All right, so we got another issue. These spherical bearings, they're blown. So this one too. Right, so there she is right there. And this is nice because this tank had already been set up for a dual pass. I don't have to do that. But this water neck, we have to cut this off, cap it with a circle, and then right here I got a hole saw and then punch a water neck right out the side right here. So this is where I got the radiator from, Leadfoot Racing, Champion radiators. So again, I've been running this brand Champion since 2014, and I mean, for the price, you really can't beat what's going on right there. So I'm gonna go get this on top of the other one, make sure the dimensions that the website said were accurate, and then we're gonna start modifying. All right, and then comparing apples to apples, this is pretty close, but you can see this core is a little different shape than this. That's fine. And then this is that new water neck. There's the one, see how it's modified out of the side. So then we're gonna take this guy, do the same thing right there, and then cut and cap this. And then as far as radiator position on the neck, they're pretty identical. This is straight, that one's sloped, but it really doesn't matter. This looks like it's gonna go in. It's time to get hacking and slashing. Alright, step one. So now we got to get a plug to put over the top of this. We're going to weld it, and what I think I'm going to do is I'm not going to grind this down. I'm going to leave this here because it's a little thicker. Set the cap on, and then we'll put the weld on top of the weld, and then we still got to put the hole saw for the new neck going right there. Alright, I got my little spot marked. Get ready to do that, and then I actually shoved a chisel in here, so that way when I get in with the drill bit, I don't just go running it through the core right there. pretty darn good to me. Alright, stage 1 done. Now we gotta use this bad boy right there. See if we can get in there a little closer. We're still doing good in there. I think the battery just died. Yep. Brand new. Let's go. There we go, not bad, man. Cool. There's a little bit of saw walk, but dude, really hardly any at all. So this should weld up pretty nice. So now what we got to do is we got to go make one of these to fit as a top cap for this. That's what we got to do now. it's just about there, but I'm just like lacking a little bit of extra stroke, basically. So, I don't know, maybe it'll just pop out. I don't know yet. Yeah, it didn't quite go through, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take my little spacer right here, put that up on there. Tighten it back down. I think it's scooted a little bit. Okay, now we need to get that thing to pop out of there. There it is. Boom. So let's go see if this thing fits. So before we try this, what I did was I figured if I cut a inch and a quarter or inch and 3/4 hole, it's the inner diameter that comes out, and that'd be too small to drop through. So I cut a 2-inch instead. Looking at that, that's like right on the money right there. Not bad. I mean, there's a first little start of a pass, but you can see it's pulling out garbage from, you know, probably the hole saw anyways on the edge of that metal. If I had to take a guess on what we're looking at here. Just watched all this crap just pull right out of that. Yeah, it was whatever's in this core right here along this edge. Just dirt or something in there. I gotta do a bunch of flipping stuff to make this work. But there's how I jigged it right there just to start. Right, so here's the fan shroud, and then I'm adding this strip of metal right here. Because these little fins right here, everything's just a little bit different on this radiator. So in order to use the mounting holes here, I got to lengthen the top of this so it'll catch this right here just right. So I've been using this Harbor Freight table. I've been jigging everything up. I just took the third clamp out so I can get in here. But everything's welding up pretty good this morning. So I have no complaints with any of this stuff. So let's dive in and do a little bit more. So I'm doing about 10 to 12 dabs on this right here. we're doing today is we're running 111 amps at 97 hertz is what I got it set at. So we got we got to move this clamp a little bit. Actually, I may have to scoot this whole piece. So what I think we're gonna do here is scoot this whole unit right here. I'm doing bad with this camera today, let me tell you. Good enough. All right, there we go. So earlier I took the two side panels in the hood down to Mob Graphics here in Reading, and Wyatt's doing me the new Venom Power Tire logo over the Nexon logos. He's also making me another decal for the roof, but as you can see, the roof's installed. There's like 40,000 bolts holding that thing down, so I didn't want to take it off, so I'm gonna put that sticker on later myself. I can't wait to see what Wyatt and his crew have for me. All right. This camera does not like me today. Good enough. Okay. It's as much as I'm willing to commit on this. But there's all the pieces, so I may put one more right here really quick, but you guys can see, you know, about 1 inch increments all the way through. All right, I'm almost done. I had to remake this top mount, so I had to cut, since this radiator's thinner, I had to cut about 1 inch off of this, neck this down, modify this, cut these tabs, and then I had to make a new tab for back here. I got everything tacked on, and then there's a mount directly underneath the bottom that this whole radiator is cradled on. I had to rebuild that. It's been a lot of work doing that. So now I got to pull all this stuff back out so I can finish welding everything. And then along with that, Wyatt over at Mob Graphics just did all the new Venom Power tire logos. He got my hood done, so we covered up the Nexen logo, the side panels, the same thing. And then I wasn't able to get the hood off this morning because I was in a hurry, but he made me a new decal to go over the roof sticker too on that. They look pretty good on the pictures, so we're gonna find out and see what those guys did. But that's Mob Graphics in Reading. So let's get this going on, and I can't wait to see, you know, the new wrap stuff when Anthony gets back with them for me. Yeah, it's a little bit hot on there. I want to melt this hose and stuff. Let's see what kind of jam in there. Really got nothing I can jam in there. Piece of the sweater. That thing's in there real good. Alright. Anyway, so that's the mount up there to the chassis, the top of the radiator mount, and then now we gotta go weld this other piece. So here's the remodified chunk. Yeah, that'll do it. Alright, so it's welded up. A little spatter there, but it's kind of dirty metal. You know, but the interesting thing about this piece right here, I originally built that top radiator cap for my old NorCal Rock Racing Cow Rocks car, and that would have been 2012, 2011, somewhere in there. And then I've slowly taken this mount and like modified it. So it's always been on my cars. And now that we're in 2025, this is one of the last original remnants of old stuff. You know, it's pretty cool. And while I got you here, let's go show you the remodified bottom piece. Let's get a little light going. So that's what I had to do here. So this channel sets in below the bottom of the radiator, and the reason we got this shorter channel piece and it's not the matching is because right here we got these nutserts on both sides of the lower half of the radiator. So that channel, the long side sits up against here, and then the short front side sits up against here. So it sits right in this channel on the side, so you can see there. So that's how it locks it to the bottom. It just sets on there and it can't wiggle front to back. And then the top piece, the same thing, it drops in and then it's bolted in. And what I've always done is left these radiators so they have a little bit of wiggle room, because chassis is flex. And then if you like actually hard mount something, like say weld tabs to the radiator and then weld it to the chassis, and you have, let's say you roll over and the chassis starts to deflect or crunch, you know, in a bad roll, it just breaks the radiator. So I always leave these having a little bit of room in there. And what I've done in the past, oh, where is it? Can't see it on there. Even on the bottom of this old radiator, see this? This is a piece of trucker mud flap from Napa, and I stick those on the bottom of these things, and then it gives them a little bit of shock loading room, you know, just because things stretch and move. And radiators too, they expand and contract when you get the car hot and cool it down, so you got to plan for that. So this has been my style of method. In the past too, I've done other stuff to where, let's say this cap right here, I'd have a little circular tube insert right here, and then I do one on the bottom and then run a piece of all thread straight down and then clamp the front and back. But with this car being as the fuel cell is super close to where the radiator's at, there's really not a whole lot of room to run all thread from straight up here running down there and actually make it work right. So that's the crash course on mounting a radiator in your off-road buggy, in my opinion. So there's one stack, there's 6 right here. So I can't wait to get these suckers unwrapped. Delivery guy's getting the other 6 right now out of the truck. Oh boy, we got our work cut out for us today. And again, man, look at these. Venom Power, man, those new graphics are looking hot. All right, so I'm back here working on this toolbox. So I got some brackets I'm getting ready to cut out, and one is gonna go down here on the front, 2 here on the sides, and we're also gonna have a D-tab just like this going right here, and then one in the front. So I just got the brackets designed on the burn tables. Show you what our little file's gonna look like that I drew up. Start this cycle. got. So here's 2 of the brackets that I made up. And as you can see, when I plasma cut them, I had a line that I cut in there. And this aids for a good mark for when I put it in my little press brake. And it folds really easy. And if we were going to be cutting and bending thicker brackets, this really helps bend thicker brackets easier. And then you can get in there and weld this up. So what we're doing with these guys, these are going to go on right there. Whoops. So we're going to hold that on about there. And as you can see under there, that's how that's going to go. So there's 1 for each side. So let's get this all set up. Just get that welder going. Now, so we don't melt this plastic, I'm just tacking this into place right now, and then we'll pull everything out and then weld it. Same on the other side. Okay. Let's check this out. There. Alright, so you guys can see now what's actually happening right here. And then I left a little bit of a gap right along the edge of the sides. And that's so, you know, this still has a little bit of room, so it's not perfectly like crazy to get in and out there. So then we have another bracket we gotta run along the front of this thing here. So we got more to go. Kind of hard to like eyeball this all at the same time. Let's see. Looks pretty good. Okay, so that is the second, that's where the strap's gonna go, and then up and over, and then it's gonna hook to this one right here. And then what we got right here, let's get this going for you guys. All right, next one, got this bracket right here. So as you can see, I bent this one too, and then we got a little hole to lighten it up. So this is gonna go right up under here flush. Right up against there. So this is gonna set right up on there, right in the middle. Okay. Make sure I got it where I like it. Right there's good. It's a good spot right there. Pretty darn center, dude, if you ask me. Right there. Okay. So that's the brackets for this dude right here. So 1, 2, 3, and then strap holder, and then strap holder, and then you can see the other bracket right down there on the bottom. So this will lean up down there on the bottom of there. So now the only way this thing comes out is after the strap's off. This will pull right out to the top. So not too bad. And then I had to clock this thing down at a certain slope, so that way when this handle's out, it wouldn't interfere with the handle. So that's why that's like that. And then two, since the spare tire is going to be on this plane, I need this strap to be lower so the tire ain't just smacking into the strap. So now it's time to just get in there and weld all this thing up. So along with any weld, before we go and do it, we always got to prep up everything, remember? So I always take the wire brush to anything I'm going to weld, even after I tack it, because you're always going to find there's going to be soot marks on everything that happens. Let me adjust this amperage just a little bit. So I put just a little bit more wire speed on this thing, because since we're going to be doing some upside down welding, a little bit more wire speed will actually keep the weld trying to stay and wick into the metal instead of trying to fall back at you with too little wire speed. All right. Let's go do this one first. And then we're going to start on the outer. We're going to start out on the outer of the welds, because what it's going to do is it's actually going to pull the brackets out, and then when we weld on the inside, it'll pull the brackets into where it's supposed to be. I feel the ground clamp needs to be a little closer. I'm going to move that real quick. And a hair more heat. Just a little bit more heat. Well, looks really good though. Yeah, that welded so much nicer. Moving the clamp and a hair more heat. Okay.
that is that.
There's them guys. A couple of dimes for you. And then let's show you same thing. So that's all the brackets there welded up. So now we got a toolbox now, and every race I've had a ghetto system, really bad stuff. So this, I feel like this is going to be the best one so far. And then I actually chose orange too for the toolbox, because if it does happen to fall off the car, maybe somebody will find it, pick it up. We're gonna put our car number on there. Maybe we'll get it back, maybe not. But let's just hope it stays in there. We are also trying to pack tomorrow. Get everything packed tomorrow. And as you can see, I still do not even have, you know, the car together. It's not running yet. I just filled up the radiator coolant this morning. It's been sitting, and looking right now at the moment, I don't see any leaks yet. So let's cross our fingers. Wait a minute. I think that's a shadow. It's tripping out, so I thought I seen a coolant drip, but I think it's a shadow. I gotta look at it. Anyways, so I'm gonna try to get this car started today. I still have to get a belt on the car for the new serpentine belt system. I gotta get some gas in this fuel cell system because it's completely bone dry, because we cleaned it, did all the work in there that we went over. And then I have to turn the fuel pumps on, let the fuel circulate, and I gotta make sure the new fitting and the new hose I made on the very front of the intake manifold is not leaking. So we gotta do that still. And then pretty much after that, it's just a few things to do on this car, and we'll be able to get on out to Johnson Valley. All right, so we're gonna get this. I got the mess cleaned up. So what I like to do, there's a little pocket in the reservoir right there. Get a little bit of oil on there. Wipe it on the seal. Do this just like you would do your oil filter in your car. Okay, let's tighten this thing up a little bit. Now, I honestly don't know who makes Matt's filters for trail gear, but you know what? I think this says like 10 microns. Yeah, 10 microns on the side. That's good enough. And these things have always worked really good. So if you got a Toyota pickup or just, you know, one-off buggy, use that. Next, what we need to do is we need to put some steering fluid in here. I'll show you what I use. I know I've been over this in the past, but we're even going to use some AutoZone brake cleaner in this thing, just kind of get stuff out of there that may be hanging out there. So yeah, due to the fact that I'm here by myself again today, I'm kind of going to be talking a lot to the camera. So this is, I was literally supposed to be packed up today, getting out on the road super early at night. I decided I think I'm going to take an extra day to just kind of get things going so I'm not rushing. My recommendation too, in case you were wondering, my favorite soda is Diet Pepsi. So if you want to come meet me down at Hammertown, I would appreciate a 12-pack of Diet Pepsi. It's my favorite. So Anyway, steering fluid. So what we have here, sorry, the battery died. What I'm getting at is steering fluid. I've gone over the years of trying different things. What I find in these power steering pumps, Tractor Supply brand, just regular, this is premium tractor fluid, trans hydraulic. So I know they make different variations of hydraulic fluid. This is the one. I've been using this since 2014, this brand right here. And I mean, like, I think it's $18 or $20 and you get 2 gallons of it. And I've tried power steering fluid, ATF, full synthetic, power steering, all that stuff seems to make these pumps fail fast. And I'm a firm believer, you know, tractors, those things get heavy duty cycles and they take a lot of abuse. So if you're gonna run something that is meant for like working, you know, run this stuff, you know, if you want to make your pump actually last longer. And tractors and the transmissions in the tractors, that's all they do is just run, you know, off of fluid pressure, you know. And if even a Caterpillar tractor, you know, those things just get used, you know, sometimes they're running for a few days straight or even longer, you know. Think about stuff that's in like a mine or something, those things usually don't shut off. And you can't beat the price. I mean, I remember once I was running Royal Purple and I burnt the pumps out faster than I ever have. I think that stuff was like $15 or $20 a quart, you know, and this system takes a lot. I don't even know off the top of my head anymore, but there's got to be, I don't know, a gallon in this thing. So do yourself a favor, buy some of this. Your pump will thank you. All right. So this is Justin right here from my Lake Boulevard Redding AutoZone. He's bringing me some awesome sponsored stuff from the store. This is some oil change stuff for the Dodge, some antifreeze for, you know, the race car. Do you want to say anything to the audience?
Well, I will say this to you. Good luck.
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate it. Have a good day today.
You too.
Amy said, "You're crazy, gonna burn." I was like, I gave my word to have it knocked out so it can make it easier.
Yeah, all right, well, we're on, and let's get these shafts in there.
Yes,
So I'll
sir.
show you what I do on this side so you can see where the grease. I think this one's empty.
You got a tube somewhere?
Yeah, but just use some of what's in here left.
Okay.
This is some of that Am's oil.
Oh, is that
So
the
right where the seal surfaces, that's where we're gonna put this.
Okay.
And then what I do too is on the splines.
Just give it a little lubricant.
Yeah, let's make sure there's no dirt on the splines, because
Yeah.
it does happen if they're sitting on the ground. Yeah, we're just gonna
That's why I rack them up. Yeah.
put a little bit on here. That way when we shove it in through the seal,
It doesn't bind
doesn't
up
try,
anymore.
well, it doesn't try to cut the seal, that's all.
Gotcha.
Because that seal that's in there is, it like spreads and opens, you know, as we're doing stuff. So on this side's, oh, did we ever tighten these down?
No, we didn't. We want me to check them quick?
Yeah, let's check these really fast. I think
It's right here.
yeah, let's go and check those. Who knows what size that is?
I know I checked the short one, but we can double check it. I want to say it's a 10 or 8.
A little bit bigger than this, whatever that is. Looking out my glasses. It says 5 millimeters.
That's too short.
I bet it's a standard, being it's from Brandon.
True.
That's what I would do if I was making an American Ford. I wouldn't do that. But what do I know?
Comes down to what's cheaper. How about this one?
figures this little length on this is a little shorter. What I need to do is get like a kit of these really quick. Dude, yeah, without my glasses, I'm like, I feel like I'm swimming in the water or something.
Oh yeah.
It's blurry. Dude, I don't know. My depth perception's off. So that other one you said it was tight, but it still has that wiggle in there?
Yeah, that was the end on the short shaft side.
Dude. Let me go grind some of this off really fast. It's just a little too long to go in. Yeah, it ain't moving. It's supposed to be a little bit of play on it. That just seems weird, but
Yeah, that's what I thought that's why I checked it when I took it apart.
this is always fun.
First get to the seal and then I walk on the freaking splines.
I'm trying to. There it goes. Okay, now we'll go do the other side.
It's already on there?
Yeah. Yeah, I got that in. So if you want to start
Line it up.
putting together
Yes, sir.
the pieces, go pop this one in real quick.
Do you want any lube inside this at all, these splines, or no?
So the stub shaft, you could put a little bit of grease on there, or even a light film of anti-seize.
Okay, we'll do that.
And I think the anti-seize,
Right here, so.
well, I think I moved it down there by the side of my truck because I was putting anti-seize on those exhaust pieces today.
Okay.
I don't like when stuff gets stuck.
Yeah.
Always seems like with exhaust, you're always asking for it.
Right? I agree there.
Okay, that should do it. Nice and lubed. Side's so much easier to put in.
That's so short.
Yeah, cause that long one you gotta like push down on it just to get it to lift up and go in.
To walk, yeah.
Okay. So that's that side. Get he's getting the Spider Trax hub on that side. Anthony's putting the outers back on. He's got this side all done. Shafts are all back in, bearings. Next will be as the brakes.
I tried these the other day and it didn't come on.
What's that?
I tried these the other day and it didn't come on me. We had the button wrong.
Dude, some of these lights, I bought 3 of them. Sometimes they goof up and do weird stuff, and then it's weird. Sometimes the battery will last a long time, and sometimes they don't. I don't get it. It said 17 hours of battery life, and I'm calling bull on that. So we're going to run the Maxima in the front. Let's see if I can open this part way, but I guess not. Looks like a gallon. Looks like a gallon to me. It smells like fucking gear oil.
Everything's on, buttoned up.
Yep. Yeah, and it's amazing, like I said, how much easier this one is. Right? And
Same weight?
It says it's 250, yeah, and that Torco, it'll take 5 times longer to go in.
That's crazy.
That's that filter from Donaldson right there. again, it's nice. This one's wrapped in plastic, so it's pretty nice to have. And then what's gonna go inside it is this AMSOIL 1550. Perfect. It is right. Yeah, so I was just comparing it to the other case on the old filter. It's the same height. This has kind of got a weird color to it. It's literally like color of wine. It's weird. Never seen oil look like that. Pours pretty quick too. Thing took the whole quart.
So you want the button towards you, right?
Yeah, so I can grab it if needed, yeah. And something's kind of ghetto with that holder, but we'll deal with it later. Really, what I need to do is look at those, 'cause I don't know if those are,
Out of date?
yeah, what I need to do is grab a couple other ones from the house and then bring them. There's that booth in Hammertown
Oh, recharge them?
that can recertify them, because usually I take them to Wilgus right over here. I forgot.
I don't see no dates on this.
It's probably underneath the clamp,
Oh, gotcha.
to be honest with you.
Oh, I see right there. I'll check the other one real quick.
There's that bad boy right there.
So like right there for you?
So there's that filter on there. And then there's the part number on that thing, in case you guys want to run one of those. That's like for the price that the gold costs them. It's not like every darn drop of this in there.
Right.
Put the charger on the other battery.
Push it.
I said I gotta put the charger on the second battery. Take it back. kicked off. Still at 90%. It's gotta go on. Oh, that belt is bothering me.
My bad. Such a dumbass. I put it the same way I fucking had it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Right. That's easy fix. Don't know why I looked at that. I thought I was doing it the right way, but I just looked at it, I was like, that's wrong. Let's go the other way. You want some training?
You know, I'm trying not to bother myself too bad, but now I'm wondering really what the weather at the Hammers is going to be like, because if it's raining here for like a week,
It's good.
it's good.
Let me double check, but yesterday when I was talking to Madison,
It looked good.
yeah, it's all good. Yeah.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah. It's funny, it's just rain on the other side of the mountain down there, but it's not raining in Hammers.
And it's not supposed to.
Nope, let me double check just to confirm.
Yeah. I don't want to get wigged, but I would take
It's
good news right now.
Thursday,
Good
Friday,
news,
so-
good news.
So Monday 71, Tuesday 66, Wednesday 64. It gets chilly. Thursday 61, Friday 60, 55, but there's only Thursday's cloudy. That's it. No rain.
What's the nighttime temps looking like?
Monday 50, 45, 44, 40, 39, 39.
That's at night?
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad. At least it ain't freezing. I mean,
Not like that one year we went. It's freaking crazy cold out there.
I just remember when I had the red trailer, the sardine can, and like
Right.
trying to like sleep in the cot with sleeping bags on the floor to try to just insulate it from like radiating up and cooling my body down.
Right.
I still remember when I camped 2 different years there. That was so miserable.
Oh,
Because like I remember like every morning you'd get up there and there'd be like sand in the tent on the floor you have to like shovel out.
Yeah, you're like, how's it getting there with everything closed up?
And it's like, so like I can commend the Overlander guys for at least having a rooftop tent for that, because they're not getting sand unless it comes in on their boots or something.
Yeah.
That's 4.
Oh.
Let's put this here. Yeah, so every time I drain the oil on the car, I always take the drain pan, and then what I'll do is I'll actually put it in a container to count the quarts.
Mm-hmm.
To make sure that when I'm draining it, I'm putting the same amount back in the car, because it's supposed to be 8 quarts that go in this system. And I had a roll at the last rock race, and that guy spun out in front of me, and then I clipped Jeremy's car, and it sent me on my roof, and I was there for like 5-8 minutes upside down.
Yeah.
You always lose a little bit of oil out of the breather covers, and literally there was less than a half a quart gone.
Oh wow.
That's it.
Pretty good.
So that was kind of cool to see. So basically going all year and losing less than a half a quart out of the whole car the whole time running it, and then with the roll, that's not bad. Let's go take a step to the back of the car for a moment. Let me show you something. So remember how we put the Maxima 250 weight in the front Spider Trax axle? So in the back, we have a Torco 250 weight. And so we run it down this funnel. Go pour that in there. Let's watch this stuff. I want you guys to see this. So look at this. It comes out like sludge. So this diff, we put an entire gallon into it. Look at that, it just sits there. And that, what was that taking, like, what, 15, 20 minutes to drain that one container in there, you
Easy.
think? Yeah, just each fill. Yeah, so we put that in the back because we find that the diff covers always leak on this thing. And then, as if we were to run the Maxima in there, what would happen is we would run out of oil really fast. It would just leak out because it flows faster. So we run this stuff in there. For one, it protects good. And for two, we get to keep our oil and finish what we're doing. Okay, what I got going on here is my harmonic balancer. And the lower belt was, again, trying to walk off the very front rib a little bit. And looking at it, it looks like this balancer needs to be forward an 1/8 of an inch. So what I got going on here is I got this little, this is a snap ring I actually had, and it's an 1/8 of an inch thick. So I have it on the back here, and I've welded it with the TIG on 2 sides. It seems ghetto, but it's either somehow we modify all that spacing with the other stuff, which there's no way to make that happen because it's like the way it's solid mounted, we can't scoot anything back an 1/8 of an inch. So the last resort is this balancer, and I'm kind of rolling the dice right now to see what's going to happen. So I'm using this Harbor Freight little jigger table to just hold it flat down on there. And then I'm gonna have to work these over just a little bit. The snap ring's not perfectly circled to match the size, so I've been like spreading it. Gonna work there, so we gotta I'm kind of blocking your view a little bit with this, but that's what I have to do. I feel like this is completely ghetto. I really do.
Are you still hungry?
Am I?
Yeah.
I'm kind of full from those. Why? What are you thinking
There's
about?
no Amy that made homemade barbecue chicken sandwiches. See if you want one.
I'm gonna pass right now just because I ate both of those pot pies. I don't want to like puke tonight as I'm laying in bed. So.
Okay, just making sure for what you came out.
No, thank you so much.
Anything to drink or anything? You good?
Do you have something like at your house?
No, I'm having stock because I want like a bag of like baked chips with it. So.
Diet Pepsi.
Okay.
I'll take one of those. Thanks. Honestly, my thoughts are I think this will work because I almost plasma cut a ring, but I was afraid it wasn't going to be flat after I got done cutting it on the table, and I would have had to deck it on like a file or something. I felt like that wasn't going to work, so I looked around in all my spare hardware bin, and this thing literally jumped right out at me. It was like, dude, use this. So that's what I'm going to do. Again, I'm trying to peel the snap ring back Sounds like Anthony's girlfriend's gonna bring me a soda and bring him a barbecue sandwich, so that's rad. So I'm just making sure where this presses in on the crankshaft that it isn't gonna touch this thing. So I think I could safely weld it just a little bit more. Like this Harbor Freight table. This thing makes welding stuff pretty nice. You got yourself sandwiches coming?
Yeah. Cool. Got your Diet Coke.
Thank you. Grounded on the table. That's fucking weird, dude. I'm trying to make sure the weld doesn't go up to the mounting surface either, so I'm taking my time with that. Things like on there. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to file that out just a little bit, I think, from the look of it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna I can't move it now that it's welded. So let's take a peek at what's going on here. So that's what I did right there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 spots. It's welded, and then I left this open because that's the crankshaft actually has a keyway on my motor. But right here, that's just gonna catch a little bit going in, so I gotta slightly file that off. So let's go test fit this thing after I clean it up, see if it fits. Right, little update. I drove the Dodge last night and this morning, and then even got the trailer this morning. I think drilling 2 extra little holes in that thing was a bad idea on the thermostat, because thing only hit 135 degrees. And so right now, anyways, I'm gonna get another one later. But got the batteries right here. I see a little bit of a corrosion back there, so what we're going to try to do here is some Diet Coke. I don't know if I can reach in there with this. There we go. So I don't know if the Diet Coke will do what normal Coke does, but normal Coke usually will eat that corrosion right off of there. kind of weird how it's only one terminal, but I don't know. Kind of weird. So what I'm gonna do is I've got the charger down there. Charge that thing up, get the trailer prepped today. So today's Saturday, the 1st of February, and this is the day we're supposed to be leaving, but we're gonna leave tomorrow morning. So car's looking pretty good right now. Anthony made up the strap last night. Now our toolbox is, you can't move that thing. We got the new breast cancer awareness high lift brand jack on the car, fire extinguisher on the back, and then Anthony mounted the one on the inside right up in there, and then got a couple pieces to go still. We got to clearance the new front drive lines because the yokes always, I need to flap sand them just a little bit to get them going. And then I need to bleed some more air out of the coolant system, even though I vacuum bled it yesterday. It's not done all the way right. Yeah, car's looking good. Car's looking good. We're very close. And then I also got the air cleaners in my concoction cleaning themselves, so we got to rinse that out today with some fresh water. And so I also got the filter wrap in here. You know, you can see it's fucking dirty, dude. And, yeah, you can see that nasty water coming off of this air filter right there. So anyways, I'm gonna get to it and we'll commence fire on the rest.